Hello everyone, and welcome to another custom showcase. And today, I believe I have probably my best model. This would be a model not owned by me. Well, I own the model you can hold, but this character is a custom, original creation, however you want to call it, of Wild Norwesters Alice. However, she does have one small modification. So let me show you this Alice, which I believe is by far my best custom. We'll start off with the lining. This lining is very challenging because you have to get it just right. And then you gotta do a little thin black inside the already kind of thin white. You have to do it around the whole body except for the cab, which is just white lining I saw. So I did it. I extended the front. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what engine I used to make this. When I was very young, I was gifted a Flying Scotsman wooden railway. And I was probably 4, threw it out the window, and it got stuck in the gutter for about a few months. And when it came out, it had all the paint was gone. The dome was missing. And, well, it was really worn. It didn't look like Flying Scotsman anymore. So, after talking to Wild Norwester for a little bit, I had just finished making his Walsworth and Surgery numbers 1, 2, and 3. And I asked him, hey, can I make Alice too? And can I use her in my own series? He said, of course, but he wants credit for her creation. Which I'm like, of course. It's your character, so of course you get credit. So the rosy face I used, I need to put a new one on. I have some, at the time I only had that one face, so I put it on, but she will be receiving a new face very shortly. I want to touch up the black a little bit with green paint. Now the wheels, I'm sure you can tell this is an Emily tender. The wheels are from a Percy, actually. I cut and then put together on the bottom of an Emily tender swapped out for the wheels. You can see the 288 on her cab, the GNR on her tender. However, there is one small feature that is different. If you look on her buffer beam, you see the number 24. Because I will be using her as my 24th number steam engine. The reason I have this is she comes later on when Gordon can't keep up with the high-speed trains. Instead of replacing him, they double the expresses. Gordon starts at Knapford, Alice starts at Barrow. They meet in the middle, exchange passengers, and then continue on. This is how I came to solve it. Why replace going with 2 engines when you can just add an engine and have the 2 engines do the same work. This way the express is double the speed because there's 2 trains. So with Alice, she was a little bit of a fix. I had to replace the cab because it was rotten. So I took a cab off of a Henry. The smoke box is from a Gordon. Flying Scotsman was too small, so I had to replace that. The running board is the same. I just extend, as you can see here, it's not too much changed really. I just extended the front a little bit, and you can see it just barely here. And that little dent goes forward. The dome is clay that I hot glued on. And I can't really say too much. I do need to replace the face. The smoke box is from a Chinese model, I'm afraid to say, because there was no hole, you can tell. But it's what I had at the moment. I kind of only made this using spare parts. And it came out surprisingly well for spare parts I had laying around. I extended the front so I could have the front bogie. For these two, I just took out the other 2 wheels that were there. I replaced them with smaller wheels. And that's all I can really say for this model. She's probably my best model. I wouldn't say she's my favorite. I do have other models that are my favorite, but when it comes to looks, I would say this is my best model. People, when I post this engine on Twitter in a random picture, people go crazy because they love it. And I have Wild Norwester to thank for that, because he gave me permission. Without him making the character, I couldn't make it, and without him giving permission, I couldn't really do it. And that's all I can really say about Alice. She is my best custom. You've all seen Richard, they're the 2 best. And that's all I can really say. I will be showing you Wild Norwester's Wellsworth and Sudbury fleet, but my number 4 and Lily needs some minor repairs. So until then, thank you for watching. This is TR2000 signing off.